today's topic of discussion is Laplace transform. So Laplace transform is a tool or technique used to make the time domain into frequency domain. So there are other techniques to do that, like a Fourier transform. Okay, so any kind of transform that you use is to make it into another domain, that means time domain to frequency domain. So Fourier transform is one technique, and this one, the topic of discussion is Laplace transform, and the last one is Z transform. So both of these techniques are used for continuous time domain, whereas the Z transform is used for discrete time domain signals. Okay, so there are few limitations for this Fourier transform, so that's why we are going for the Laplace transform. So we'll start the basic definition of Laplace transform, then the formula of Laplace transform, after that a few properties of Laplace transform, and finally we'll be solving few examples in this particular session of the video. So before going into the topic, I want to just give you a brief introduction about this Laplace transform. This will make you to analyze the signal. Okay, this will make you to analyze the signal. So let us suppose if you have a signal, x of t, then this signal will be converted into x of s. Okay, so this conversion where you are trying to make the time domain into s domain. Okay, s domain means frequency domain. Okay, here we will be dealing about a imaginary axis also. That means here the s j omega. Okay, so this is the thing, and you need to know the formula of Laplace transform. There are basically two types of Laplace transform. Okay, first one is bilateral, and the next one is unilateral. Okay, so bilateral means I'll tell you what are this bilateral and unilateral. So before starting, you need to know the basic formula of the Laplace transform, right? Signal as Laplace transform of, this means Laplace transform of, Laplace transform of x of t is given by integral minus infinity to infinity. This x of t will come here. So this is x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula. We have to remember this. This here, if at all you are taking the limits from minus infinity to infinity, this is called as bilateral transform. This is called as bilateral transform. Bilateral Laplace transform, or simply bilateral transform. Similarly, if the integration is running from 0 to infinity, if the integration is running from the same formula, the integration is running from 0 to infinity, x of t into e power minus st into dt, where s is equals to j omega, I already told you, j omega t into dt. So this particular thing, this is called as unilateral transform. Unilateral transform. Okay. So for any kind of question, you need to remember this formula for sure, without which you can't do the problems. Okay. So these formula are very important, bilateral and unilateral. When it comes to exam point of view, you will be mostly asked to find out this unilateral transform only, where the x of t will be generally given as a combination of with the unit step function. Okay, so if at all x of t is consisting of u of t, then the limits will be from 0 to infinity only. So that is by default. Okay, so this you have to keep it in mind, right? Next we will see the next topic. Since we already know the formula of Laplace transform, let us try to quickly do few problems based on this formula. So the implementation of formula is important. So we will try to do a few problems based on this formula. E power minus at into u of t. So this is the given problem. You are supposed to find out what the Laplace transform for this. Okay. So what is the Laplace transform formula? Laplace transform of x of t is equals to integral minus infinity to infinity, if at all if it is a bilateral. Okay. So integral minus infinity to infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t or else e power minus st. Here you need to understand e power minus j omega t, right? So this factor is there, right? You can substitute this j omega as s also. Okay, this j omega as s also. So you can do that. Now, for any kind of problem that is given here, for any problem in Laplace transform, matter of fact, when you are going for Fourier transform also, you are supposed to write the formula first. What is the formula for the following transform? Even if it is a Z transform, Laplace or Fourier transform, you need to write the formula first. Okay, so you have to write that formula. Laplace transform of whatever the given signal that is there, that is x of t, is equals to integral minus infinity to infinity x of t, whatever the thing is there, that you have to write it here, into x of t into e power minus st into dt. Okay, and directly writing it in s. So the final output which you get here is called as x of s here. Okay, x of s here, right? So substitute this x of t here. So x of t is what? Integral minus infinity to infinity. What is x of t? E power minus at into u of t into e power minus st into dt, right? So write it like that. Now since you have this u of t, you are supposed to change these limits, rewrite these limits. What are these limits? It should be running from, since u of t is running from, I am writing here, see, u of t, what is the graph of u of t? It is running from 0 to infinity in the positive side only. Okay, in the positive side it is running. So it is running from where to where? 0 to infinity. Now you have to rewrite the limits as 0 to infinity e power minus at. Since you have written the limits, this is over. Now you can omit this. Why? Because u of t means what? Magnitude is 1 only, right? So that magnitude has been written here. If you want to write, you can write it here, into e power minus st into dt. Afterwards what happens is that this is integral 0 to infinity e power minus of s plus a into t into dt, right? So you need to recall the formula of integration of e power x. What is the integration of e power ax? E power integration ax is equals to, I am writing it here, see, integration of integral e power ax is equals to e power ax by a. Okay, here see, we are integrating with respect to t here. So this you can write it as e power minus of s plus a into t divided by minus of s plus a. So the limits are running from 0 to infinity, right? So write the upper limit here. Then what happens? E power minus infinity minus lower limit. What is the lower limit? E power minus 0 divided by minus of s plus a here. So e power minus infinity. What is e power minus infinity? E power infinity is equals to infinity, but e power minus infinity is equals to 1 by infinity, that is equals to 0. Similarly, e power 0, what? E power 0 is equals to 1. Okay, so substitute those and what you get, you see here. So 0 minus 1 divided by minus of s plus a. Finally, what you are getting here, answer is equals to 1 divided by s plus a. Okay, so this is how you get the answer, right? Similarly, one more problem is there. E power minus at. One more problem is minus of. Okay, minus of. So this thing into minus of e power minus 8 into u of minus t he has given. Okay, u of minus t. Then this integration limits will be changing from minus infinity to 0 instead of 0 to infinity. Okay, so that you have to keep it in mind while doing this problems. So this particular u of t is there, right? So this is how to proceed. So I have written the formulas and the substitutions on the right side, and the problem is being run on the left side of the board. Okay, so unilateral transforms of these particular problems are to be calculated. So see here, how can you do this? First you need to write the Laplace transform formula. Laplace transform of x of t is equals to integral 0 to infinity. I am talking about unilateral transform here. Since we are talking about unilateral transform, this is 0 to infinity. So this x of t into e power minus st into dt, right? So that becomes as, this is 0 to infinity. What is u of t here? That is a del of t e power minus st into dt. So this del of t becomes what? This del of t becomes 1 for t equals to 0. Okay, by the definition of unit impulse function, it should be equals to 1 at time t equals to 0, and so the basic definition of this is equals to 0 and equals to 0 at time t not equals to 0. Okay, so by this definition you have to substitute t equals to 0 to get this as 1. Why? Because the other values are becoming 0, right? So of these limits I am taking only at time t equals to 0. So del of 0 into e power minus 0. Okay, even though if you integrate you will get this only. So this becomes as 1. Okay, so this is how you calculate. So x of t means here u of t here, u of t into e power minus st into dt, right? So u of t will be equals to what? U of t will be equals to 1 here, isn't it? By the definition you have at time t equals to 0 to time t equals to infinity, this value will be equals to 1 for time t equals to 0 to infinity. So I will be writing it as 0 to infinity 1 into e power minus st into dt, right? So this becomes as integration of e power minus st is, I already told you, e power minus st by minus s. So it is ranging from 0 to infinity, right? So this becomes as e power minus infinity minus e power minus 0 divided by minus s. So that becomes as 1 by s. This is your answer. Okay, so this is your answer. These are the properties of Laplace transform. We'll be discussing about each of this property, and actually problems in the exams will come in such a way that 2 or more properties will be clubbed and they will be asked. Okay, so to do a problem in exam, you definitely need to know each and every of this property. Okay, without knowing this you can't proceed doing the problem. Why? Because you don't know which property to be used. Okay, so you need to have a good understanding about each and every of these properties. Here mainly this integration of derivative and integration derivative this thing, and time shifting, of course this differentiation in S domain. Yeah, these are mainly asked, and this linearity property is usually goes along with any of these. Okay, and also this time shifting property, this will go along with linearity. We'll look into a few problems. Okay, then you have then you can have a better understanding of this particular properties being used. So first thing is linearity property. So when you are trying to add signals, I will tell you. So these are the 8 properties. Okay, so these are the 8 properties: linearity, transform of derivatives, transform of integration means Laplace transform of derivative of signal. Okay, d by dt of x of t, like that. Okay, so integration of x of t, if at all is there, then what happens to the transform of that integration. Okay, next one, scaling property, x of t minus tau, that will be there. Next, time shifting property, frequency shifting, that means after making it into frequency domain. If at all there is a shift in that, then how to apply this property, that will be seen. And the differentiation in S domain. Okay, so if you are having a Laplace transform version and you are doing the differentiation with respect to S, that means d by ds of x of s, then this differentiation property will come. And yeah, this initial and final value theorems, these are also properties. There will be a formula for them. I'll tell you this formula. So we'll see the linearity property first. Linearity property. Here, let us suppose x1 and x2 are two different signals. Then what happens is that x1 and x2 are two signals. Then their Laplace transforms are x1 of s and x2 of s. Let us suppose. So x1 and x2 are two different signals, and x1 of s and x2 of s are the two different their respective Laplace transforms. Then what happens is that Laplace transform of a into x1 of t plus b into x2 of t is equals to a into x1 of s plus b into x2 of s, right? So this is the linearity property. Okay, so when you are having not only two signals, if you have three or more signals also, then you can use this linearity property. Here you will be having a addition of the Laplace transformed version. Here a and b are constants. Of course, a and b are constants. A comma b are constants. So this is about the linearity property. This comes as a clubbed version with any of the other properties. Okay, so this is the linearity property. Next one is transform of derivative. So this says that if at all Laplace transform of x of t is equals to x of s, then Laplace transform of, we are talking about derivative, right? So d by dt of x of t is equals to s into x of s minus x of 0 minus x of 0, right? So here x of s is the Laplace transform that we already know, and this x of 0 is the initial value. Okay, initial value. Generally this will be equals to 0. Okay, so you just have to remember Laplace transform of d by dt of x of t is equals to s into x of s. Okay, so this is the thing. Transform of derivative. This is the thing. So the next property, third property is transform of integral. So we already know that Laplace transform of x of t is equals to x of s. Then Laplace transform of integral 0 to t. Of course, this can be from minus infinity also. X of t will be equals to x of s by s plus initial value. So this gets vanished off. There is a proof for this, but for doing problems you need to know just only this part. The initial value won't be there. Okay, so Laplace transform of integral x of t is equals to x of s by s. Okay, so this is the transform of integral. So scaling property means if at all you have Laplace transform of x of t is equals to x of s, then Laplace transform of x of at, that means the scaled version here. Okay, scaled version, that the scaling factor is some a units. A is a little constant. Okay, it can be a negative or positive integer, but it is a constant value. So x of at will be equals to 1 by mod a into x of s by a. Okay, so this is the thing. So this can be positive or negative integer. So even though if it is a negative integer, since you have a modulus operation here, this will become a positive thing, and even if it is a negative thing, this will become negative here. Okay, this is not modulus. Okay, so you have to remember this. So next property is time shifting property. Okay, so the property is something like this. When you have the Laplace transform of x of t is equals to x of s, then the Laplace transform of x of t minus t naught, that is the shifted version of time. That is the shifted version of time. So x of t minus t naught, that becomes as e power minus s t naught into x of s. So whatever the delayed time is there, that delayed time will go as an exponential for this e. Okay. So that e power, that particular delayed factor is there, right? That delay in shift in time, or delay in time or shift in time, you can call it. So this particular thing goes in the numerator. I mean, goes as the exponential. That is the power. Okay. So this is about the time shifting property. So the next property is, sixth property is frequency shifting. So what happens in frequency shifting is that when you have the same thing, Laplace transform of x of t is equals to x of s, then the Laplace transform of e power minus at into x of t. If you have a multiplication of x of t with an exponential, that is exponential is e power minus at. If you have that, then you have a shift in the frequency in the right hand side. Okay. So instead of minus a, if you have plus a here, then it will be s minus a. That is also I am writing here. So Laplace transform of e power at into x of t becomes as x of s minus a. Okay. So this is about the frequency shifting property. So the next property is differentiation in s domain. So this goes as Laplace transform of x of t is equals to x of s. Then the Laplace transform, if you have multiplication of x of t with the t. Okay. One more thing you have to remember, minus should be there. Okay. Even if minus is not there, then you have to keep that minus on the right hand side. I will tell you that. So minus t into x of t will be equals to d by ds of x of s. This is the differentiation in s domain. You are differentiating this x of s with respect to s here. Okay. X of s with respect to s here. So this can also be written as Laplace transform of t into x of t is equals to minus d by ds of x of s. Okay. So this you remember. Okay. This you remember. So next one is initial and final value theorems. This comes as, yeah, you can call it as property of Laplace transform. Here what happens is that you need to find out the initial value and also the final value. You have two different formulas for them. Two different formulae. So the first one is x of 0 plus, that is the initial value, will be equals to limit s tends to infinity x of s into s. Okay, s into x of s. Similarly, for final value, you have to write it as, similarly for final value you have to write it as limit t tends to infinity x of t is equals to limit s tends to 0 s into x of s. Okay, so these two things you have to remember. So we will be doing these two problems with the help of the properties. Okay, so let's take this first problem. So the first problem is u of t. The Laplace transform of u of t has to be calculated. So we already know that Laplace transform of u of t is equals to 1 by s. Okay. So since you already know that, so Laplace transform of x of t minus t naught is equals to e power minus st into x of s. This is by time shifting property. This is where the properties will come into picture. So this is time shifting property. So this is time shifting property. Now the Laplace transform of the shifted version of u of t minus 2 will be equals to, what is x of s here? X of s is 1 by s, and what is this particular t naught here? This particular t naught is e power minus s into t naught is 2 here. Okay, so that becomes as e power minus 2s by s. Okay, so this is how you calculate. Right, so this is the second problem. X of t is equal to t square into e power minus 2t into u of t. We already know that the Laplace transform of u of t is equal to 1 by s. So if it comes with a exponential factor multiplication, then it becomes as e power minus 2t into u of t. The Laplace transform will be equal to 1 by s plus a. Then here differentiation in s domain, that particular property has to be used here, right? So that says that Laplace transform of t square into x of t is equal to t square into x of s by ds square. Okay, so this is the thing. Now what is x of t here? X of t is equal to e power minus 2t into u of t, this particular thing. Okay, so for that you are already having x of s as 1 by s plus a. Here what is a here? A is equal to 2, right? So you can directly substitute that here. So that becomes as x of s, where x of t is equal to e power minus 2t into u of t. That implies x of s is equal to 1 by s plus 2. Then this becomes as, the answer becomes as d square by ds square of x of s. What is x of s? X of s is equal to 1 by s plus 2. So that is equal to, first time if you differentiate, what happens? D by ds of 1 by x. 1 by x differentiation is minus 1 by x square, isn't it? So second time if you differentiate, what happens? Minus 1 into, this becomes as minus 2 into s plus 2 whole to the power of, okay. So altogether this becomes as 2 divided by s plus 2 whole the cube. So this will be your answer. The given problem, Laplace transform of x of t is given as 2s by s square minus 2. Then Laplace transform of x of 2t is to be calculated. Okay. So you have to use the time scaling property. What does time scaling property tell you? Laplace transform of, I am writing it here, see here. Laplace transform of x of at will be equals to 1 by mod a x of s by a. Okay, 1 by mod a x of s by a. Here, what is x of s here? X of s is this particular thing. You write it as x of s here. Next, a here. What is a here? Here, to calculate this, a is equals to 2. This is the a here, right? So, a is equals to 2 here. So, that becomes as, this particular thing becomes as 1 by mod a, that is mod 2, into x of s by a. S by a means s by 2. Okay. So 1 by 2 into x of s by 2, that becomes as 2 into s by 2 divided by s by 2 whole square minus 2. You just simplify this, and what happens? 1 by 2 into s divided by s square minus 4 2's 8 into 4. So this becomes as 2s by s square minus 8. So this will be your final answer. Okay, see here. For this you are supposed to find out x of 0 plus. Okay, x of 0 plus means what? Initial value. You are supposed to find out the initial value. What is the formula for initial value? X of 0 plus is equals to limit s tends to infinity s into x of s. Okay, so this is the formula. Now you are supposed to calculate this x of 0 plus. That happens as limit s tends to infinity s into 3 divided by s square plus 5s minus 1. Okay, here substituting s equals to infinity is little difficult. So I have taken s is equals to 1 by x here. Then x becomes 0. So that becomes as limit x tends to 0. Again, here I am taking out s square common. Then what happens here? See here, This can be written as 1 by x into 3 divided by 1 by x square plus 5 by x minus 1, right? So limit x tends to 0. So x square, if it goes upside, what happens? 3x by 1 plus 5x minus x square. So if you substitute x equals to 0 here, what happens? 3 into 0 divided by 1, that equals to 0. So this will be your initial value. This will be your initial. See here, this is the given x of s. Now you are supposed to find out x of infinity. Okay. So the formula for x of infinity, that is the final value, is x of infinity is equals to limit s tends to 0 s into x of s. Okay. So if you substitute that, what happens is limit s tends to 0 s into s minus 1 by s into s plus 1. So s gets cancelled and finally you are left with minus 1 by so 0 plus 1, so that is equals to minus 1. So this will be your final value of the given x of s.